I don't know why Nintendo does this. But I guess a W is a W when you're a Pikmin fan. Hi, I'm back. I'm finally back after a long hiatus of not releasing videos. Very long and busy couple of weeks has been of me not doing things that I should have probably been doing. And of course, pretty big news just randomly hits the internet. And and it seems pretty relevant to stuff that I want to talk about. So I figured I might as well talk about it. And of course, if you haven't been living under a rock, you know what it is I am talking about today. Nintendo announces a partnership with Niantic Games, who had made Pokemon Go a few years back, to make a Pikmin mobile game. A Pikmin augmented reality mobile game. Why? Just why? This is something that no one wanted and no one asked for, yet we got. Like, if you're a Nintendo fan and you have like mild to very little interest in Pikmin, I don't think you're really jumping head over heels for a Pikmin augmented reality game that has to do with like walking and movement. If you're a big Pikmin fan, I don't think that's what you're looking for. I think you're just looking for Pikmin 4, like every big Pikmin fan is. And if you're just a casual fan of Nintendo games, you probably don't even give a shit about Pikmin, to be fully honest with you. But like, this just seems to be hitting such a weird market at a weird time. I guess maybe because Nintendo maybe predicted Pikmin 3 Deluxe would be a little bigger than it was, and it didn't end up being. But, today I want to talk about the good things that could come from this, and some of the iffy things that could come from this. So let's jump right into that. Let's jump into the good stuff, and what this could potentially look like, and what could this potentially mean for the future of the Pikmin series. So, first, we really virtually know nothing about what this game is about. We know it's going to be augmented reality. It's going to have Pikmin in it. Yeah, that's about it. But, if we have anything to go by, it's Pokemon Go. So I could definitely see it transferring a lot of elements of Pikmin games with kind of that functionality of Pokemon Go in a way that could be pretty unique and cool. In fact, one of the things I loved about Pikmin, and I still love about Pikmin even to this day, is that you have these games that are rooted in a real life sort of environment, in some cases almost photorealistic environments that take advantage of nature settings, of real life objects, real life settings. I mean, Pikmin 2 was littered with corporate sponsorship, real life item, human remain things left around the world. And I could see that really being a focal point in making a Pikmin mobile game work. And I definitely like that idea. I love the idea of maybe it's like you have a little squad of Pikmin following you around on your phone, and then you can have them do tasks throughout the day, and they carry things or objects, or do objectives or fight enemies or whatever, and it's all within like the daily cycle. I just don't know, like, what is this supposed to reach out for? I mean, one of the things I like is that this has a really big potential to broaden the horizons for Pikmin and its audience. You could really see this reaching out to so many more people who were never interested in Pikmin before, and maybe getting them on board with a series that honestly has a lot of really cool ideas and quirks underneath the surface. But at the same time, like, I really don't see what the future of this could really hold for. I think Nintendo's just kind of throwing this out there, and it might just be dead on arrival. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it'll be big. Maybe it'll be huge. But I think it's more likely that it'll stay a pretty niche thing for a little while, or at least until the next Pikmin game comes out. And then once the next Pikmin game comes out and Pikmin fans have moved on from this to that, I think this would probably be dead. But personally, I'm always excited for new Pikmin stuff. Like, no matter what happens with the Pikmin series, I am always excited to see something new. New Pikmin stuff is so hard and rare to come by. the last new Pikmin thing we got was Pikmin 3 Deluxe, and that was like 3 hours of new content. That was an epilogue to Pikmin 3, which was a game that released about a decade ago now. Oh my god. Oh. Pikmin 3 released a decade ago. Okay, yeah. So, it's just very rare that we get brand new content in this series, and on a side note, am I a little salty that this isn't Pikmin 4? Yeah, I'm a little salty. A little bit, a little tiny salty. Just a wee bit, Miyamoto. Just a wee bit. But this at least shows to me that Nintendo has some sort of a vested interest in this series beyond it just being Miyamoto's baby. You know, like, I feel like they just kind of kept it around for novelty's sake for a little while now, because, you know, like, they thought, hey, Miyamoto loves this series, let's just give him one every decade. Throw him a bone and we'll see how it goes. But now I'm starting to think that we have a really great opportunity to see this series finally branch out and reach a market and in a group of people and really be pushed as a big franchise for Nintendo, in a way that could be very much so a boost for it. And maybe we could see more frequent installments in the Pikmin series if this works out. Hopefully. I'm jumping between mild disappointment, that's not what I want, but excitement over what it could be and what it could mean, just constantly in my head. Just constantly in my head. God, man, this is just the most Nintendo thing ever. Like, give us something we never wanted, but could be good for us, and maybe we just don't know it. You see, but the thing is, the thing I always thought was the case with the Pikmin games was that, you know, they were always shafted on Nintendo hardware. Every main Pikmin game released initially on very bad hardware. Like, Pikmin 1 was a launch title for the GameCube, which before the Wii U was considered Nintendo's worst performing system overall. And then Pikmin 2 came at the tail end of the GameCube, and it was really hard to find. It still is hard to find. And then Pikmin 1 and 2 were remade on the Wii, but were also in limited capacity and pretty hard to find. And then Pikmin 3 came out on the Wii U, and no one bought the Wii U. And then, you know, you had Hey Pikmin, which released as a 3DS game in the twilight years of the 3DS. And then you have Pikmin 3 Deluxe, which, like, was sandwiched between two really big releases last year, and Hyrule Warriors and Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing. It was sandwiched between those two games and was barely marketed for, like, the month before it released, and didn't really seem to have a whole lot of new to it compared to what a lot of these other big Wii U ports have been given. You know, like Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury got a huge brand new world and update, or we didn't really see that caribou into Pikmin 3. So again, I felt like it was a little shafted. A little bit. Just a tiny bit. But I think this would be a good new start for Pikmin. I think this has the potential to be a soft reset for the series in terms of its public notoriety. And overall, I'm excited to see what the future holds. So, yeah, as I've mentioned, I think it'd be very, very cool for them to implement some sort of day-to-day system. You know, like literally every day you do the sunrise sunset thing with the top of the screen, and then you have like a goal that you have to meet of collecting a certain amount of treasures, or finding lost objects, or, you know, walking around and exploring certain places or things like that. And then by the end of the day, you know, you're ranked based on the Pikmin that you made and the enemies that you fought and stuff like that. I'd love to see maybe some of the dungeon crawling aspects from Pikmin 2 implemented in this, but I don't know how they do it, maybe other than the whole landmarks thing they did with Pokemon Go. Man, the possibilities are just endless. There's just so much in terms of opportunities they could lay out to make this an interesting game to play. How many people will play it, I don't know, and how much of an appeal it will have to people who have never really touched a Pikmin game before. I don't know either. But damn. I am excited for this for sure. This is gonna be a day one for me. 100%. God damn it, Miyamoto, you got me again. You got me again. So yeah, I'm sorry for not uploading in the last couple weeks. I've been very busy and my life has been very tumultuous, and I am trying to keep up with uploading things, and I'm trying to keep my mental health in check, trying to flush out the bad energy and be a productive human being once again. But all I'm gonna say is that I'm working like 50 plus hour weeks now, and it's just been rough. Aside from that, I've been playing a lot of Persona 5 Strikers. In fact, so much of it that I think when I'm done with my playthrough of it, I might drop a review. I might. I have a lot I found that I want to say about that game, good and bad, and I think that it would make for an interesting discussion. Let's see. Torna has to come out at some point. I gotta drop Torna. I know. I said I was gonna make Smash videos on Pyra and Mithra, but I'll be real with you guys. My initial plans were to just play Smash Brothers, but that wasn't fun. So I just kind of stopped making the Smash videos. They weren't fun to make. They weren't enjoyable to do. I'll be fully honest with you. I kind of wish I didn't say I would make them. In any case, I'm gonna go edit this video and probably sleep and play more Persona. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. I'm such an awkward human being. Why did I do that? God damn it.